Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. You ever been in a situation like that? Something's coming in front of you and now you have to throw on brakes and you're worried if you're gonna get rear-ended. So the first thing you want to do is grab your flashers to activate, hopefully that you can let the person know behind you, or hey, you're braking hard to get their attention. All right, so today's video, I'm going to show you a feature you can enable in BimmerCode for your X5, X6. This may or may not help you, or you may not want to do it. But what it happens is you can enable the brake lights to flash. You are braking hard. And you're probably asking, why do I want the brake lights to flash? Well, think like this. If you were driving and you had to hit the brakes for a second, and people are there, people are on their phones, and people following behind you and they're glancing up every once in a while, that flashing brake light could mean a difference when getting rear-ended and not getting rear-ended, because the flashing can get their attention. Like I said, sometimes I just try to hit the flashers if I'm coming down to a brief or sudden stop on the highway, because like I said, to be honest, people aren't paying attention when they drive. People are too distracted with other things, and this way it just helps. Now BMW from the factory has a feature with the adaptive brake light function. I think from all the 06 models and above, when you brake hard, the brake lights, there's a second set of brake lights that activate. All right, now that's been something that BMW's been doing, like I said, for years. But unless someone's not actively looking at the brake lights, they're not going to really know what the difference is between the normal and the hard braking set. But that flashing effect hopefully should get their attention. So I'm going to show you in BimmerCode. It's a really simple thing to enable. Now, I've seen other models where only the section that usually is brighter, or the section that illuminates, is the one that flashes. However, on the X5, the one that is doing it seems to turn off everything else and only flash that section and then enable the other brake lights. So if you guys have a better way, please sure drop it in the comments to help others. But for now, this video is only going to show the flashing function for that feature. So I'll show you how it looks like now from normal, and I'll show you how it looks like. And also what I do is, if I have to brake hard, my flashers automatically enable when I come to a stop. So that way I don't have to worry about hitting them, letting people know behind me that I'm doing that. So that's the feature I enabled. I can show you both and we can get started. Let's go. All right, everyone, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna use our trusty Veepeak connector. We always done this one right here. If you guys need it, I'll link it in the description. Very handy, just use Bluetooth connection. You should be able to just plug it in and activate a pair of your phone. I've done other videos with this as well, but like I said, if you need to buy one, this is very simple. So we're gonna plug this in. Going to go ahead and start my BimmerCode app. Looks like it wants to do an update, so let's do a quick update. Okay, we're going to connect. We're going to pick our vehicle. All right, so this part takes a little bit as it reads all the modules and terminals, things like that. So I'm going to skip part. Once I come back, we'll jump back into it again. So now that we're in, what you want to do is go into your body domain controller. We're going to hit that. This is another one that does take a while to load. So we'll just go ahead and fast forward this. All right. Also should tell you, when you do this, make sure your seatbelt is fastened. It helps also to keep from the car falling asleep. It minimizes, I mean, it still will fall asleep, but at least it minimizes that time. And you don't want to open any doors during the coding process, okay? Just because you don't want it to shut down in the middle of coding. So now that we're in, we're going to go down to our expert mode, okay? Now, like I said, it's okay. It's a very easy step we're going to do. We're going to go down to 3068, which is our LCE master. We're going to hit that. All right. We're going to scroll down. We're going to find, it's going to be the ESS. It looks like active bearer Ausgang, but I think it's meant things for activate brake, something in German. So we hit this. I'll put it right here in the middle of the screen. You're gonna see what I'm hitting. And you can see it's usually here in this feature where it says gross wrong. That means you just get the additional brake light that illuminates. So what we're doing is we're going to go over to the Blimschlick Blinkend, and that's the one we want. That means it's going to blink, it's going to flash when we are braking hard, okay? Now, let's say you want to get out of expert mode. Let's say, how hard do you want it to activate? Because by default, the brake force is, I think, is weak. Well, you don't want those brake lights flashing every time you do like a moderate brake, because that's going to be distracting for traffic too. I think medium or hard. I prefer hard because I don't want it, even medium braking, I don't want it flashing. But if I have to stand on the brakes or brake for, pretty hard, that's when I want traffic to know. That's where I want to start to do the pulsing, the blinking. So I have mine set to hard. Like I said, if you go to weak, it's going to be sort of premature, like, oh, the light turned yellow and it turned red and I did a sort of a medium brake. If it starts flashing, like I said, that could be distracting. It may, and because if that happens frequently, if you're in stop and go traffic, it's going to be sort of numb to everybody. But like I said, that flashing may catch someone's attention. So I have that set at hard braking. You can change your speed. I leave mine default 5 kilometers an hour. That's where I feel like it should be displayed. Even if I'm like rolling slowly, if I had to stand on the brake real quick, that should be pretty good. But that's it. Very simple process. Now, if you want your hazards to activate, that's not an expert mode feature, but I can show you where that's at. I believe it is. I'm pretty sure it's in this feature too. On your lighting, where it says hazard warning signal after emergency braking, you put that on active. Now, anytime you have to do emergency braking, which I'm assuming is either hard or what I've noticed sometimes, if the ABS activates, it automatically sends it to hazards. So I'm assuming that's where it is. All right, so I'll show you a couple of clips what it looks like from the outside. If you found the video helpful, give me a thumbs up, and I will appreciate. It's my neighbor over there. Appreciate you guys watching the video. Thank you. And he's going to continue to walk behind the frame, which I'm sure he doesn't know I'm filming, but it's just funny that happens.